Okay, so we already have our repairs all set up. And I think where we left off last time is we were discussing the plan, more or less. We're in this industrial zone. Ever seen a cataphract? I think the cataphract is in this game, is it not? I haven't checked. I know there are some mechs that are in BattleTech that aren't in this game. Like, for example, just recently the Vulcan got added. It's not in this game yet. But this game comes with a lot of mechs that came with the DLCs later on for BattleTech, so kind of good to see as much variety as there is. But obviously there's more expansions that can be done. I think the game plan was to go down to this planet. Yeah, so do at least one contract here, and then go down to Johnsondale, do maybe a contract there, and then we're right into Barstow. I'd like to do a lot of these high reward quests. We've already knocked out most of them, but we've got one over here, and we've got another one over here, and then ultimately we get to our quest location, which is kind of far away. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take advantage of the fact that House Davian likes me, and that I expected. I expect this campaign to take me kind of across Inner Sphere, so we kind of got it easy early on, starting in a place, which is probably by design, in a place where a faction really likes me. Where we're really going to be hurting was once we get into House Karita territory. They really don't like me. The Capellans, I don't think, like, they don't like me necessarily, but we could probably swing them our way for at least a little bit. Because they only have -1 right now. They're more towards neutral than they are enemies, but House Karita really doesn't like me, so I don't know if the Outlaws and the Bandits have territory. I'm assuming no. But in any case, let's go ahead and do the plan. Yeah, the Cyclops does kind of look creepy, but it has a little bit of cuteness to it too, so I don't know. I mean, the Marauder is kind of a choice as well, but that's kind of a well-known mech, as you know, so it kind of goes either way. But I think the Marauder kind of has like a bad guy look to it. I mean, it comes from Macross, and Macross, it was originally a bad guy mecha, so... Alright, let's go ahead and travel here. I actually was looking into it, and I assume that a lot of the stuff from BattleTech originally came entirely from Macross, but it was actually a few different shows, and that I didn't know. Because, like, ones I can say for sure. Some of these aren't in the game, but the Stinger and the Wasp are for sure from Macross. The Valkyrie is... They were called Valkyries in Macross, so, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. The Phoenix Hawk is... the Warhammer and the Marauder are, as well as the Archer. But there's a bunch of other ones that aren't necessarily. So, I didn't know that. Alright, so now that we're here, we have 2 contracts. There is a black market. I guess we might as well take a look at what's in there. Although we know it's going to be very expensive. So, we've got a Blackjack, a Javelin, a Shadowhawk, and a Spider. I'm more looking for either really nice equipment or really nice mechs. Something to be an upgrade, and right now we're not getting either. Really, we're looking for a 50-ton mech to fill a hole in our lineup that makes it easier to get that precise drop weight we're looking for. Other than that, I'd like something that's more of a full-on support mech. We don't really have anything like that right now, so long-range support is really something as a Lance we're lacking. Early on in the game, it wasn't as big of a deal, but it's going to start becoming more and more of a deal as the game goes on. So I think it's really important we start having a more well-rounded Lance. Oh, is it 60% off? Oh, by the way, those of you that don't know, the winter sale has started, I think, as of today or within the last couple days. So most of the different platforms are currently having sales. So, worth taking a look at. I didn't see if MechWarrior 5 was on sale. You're claiming it is, so I'll assume that is correct, but, Alright. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the contracts. So we have one that is a reoccurring mission. You have 2 missions. Those tend to be much... you do get more rewards, but I figure it's definitely a very difficult mission. Maybe not worth... Because usually it's only like, what, a 25% bonus? And we're not getting paid all that much by House Creator anyway because they despise me so much. I think we could afford to do a contract against House Davian, though. Oh, the coupon Epic offers. Okay. So it's specific to a coupon? Because I saw there was a $10 off coupon in Epic when I opened up the launcher, but I hadn't really looked that hard at the different sales. We'll look at it close to the end of the stream. We'll discuss stuff like that probably. Okay, so I think we do this one. House Davian forces have landed on the planet and are preparing for an assault on a valuable infrastructure. So this is a defense-based mission. Ah. You know, if you're in a different market, it may not be... You know what? Because we're discussing it, I don't know if I can look at the Epic Store easily with the way that this game alt-tabs. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at it during the break or something, because the way this game alt-tabs, it alt-tabs weird. So I'll just move on. Normally I do windowless border, or I'm sorry, borderless window. I got that backwards. Borderless windowed for a lot of the games I play because it's easier to do like this kind of stuff, streaming and stuff. But this game didn't have very good resolution options, so I opted against that. So I only get 1 point here. So I think really I don't even know why I'm doing this contract, to be totally honest with you, but well, again, I haven't looked yet, but in my market, it might be slightly different. In any case, yeah, we're just going to be paid 354,510. We have 2 salvage shares and damage coverage. I honestly don't know if this contract is worth doing because it's going to make House Davian like us less. The Cretans already hate my guts, but I kind of want to pay for at least the travel that we've done. So we'll go ahead. Oh, the Phoenix Talk isn't repaired yet. Which I guess I shouldn't be surprised because it took a lot of damage. Wait, did we not repair that? Oh, god damn it. I probably was supposed to repair it and I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm gonna restart. I'm just gonna load my save file. Because that's a pretty bad mistake. I forgot where we left off. I looked at the thing and we had a bunch of things that were being worked on, and I just didn't check to see if everything had been completed. I guess I left the Phoenix Hawk because it needed more work. That's probably what happened. See, I looked over here and I saw everything else was being repaired. So I just assumed that the Phoenix Hawk was on that list, but I just didn't really look at it. So my bad. Let me go ahead and... Wait. It's on the schedule. Okay. My mistake. Alright, fine. Already up to a nice scatterbrain start. I'll just load the autosave. That will just... It's fine. Yeah, you're right. The repair pictogram is there. I just got all confused. Ignore that. That didn't happen. Yeah, the little wrench thing is there. Okay. So we need to do the contract. Hopefully that's another sign of things to come. All right, so we're going to do some damage coverage, as already discussed. All right. So what are we going to replace it with? Probably the assassin. All right. My bad, guys. We could get that nonsense out of the way, though. Okay. Otherwise, we're more or less ready to go. We're 10 tons underweight, which is why I want a 50-ton mech. Yeah, let's just go. Ready yet? So I was correct. It was being worked on. Alrighty. It wasn't that I didn't work on it, it was a long repair.
From incoming hostiles.
Alright, let's take a look at the map.
Location, meet up with the site director and prepare for a fight.
Looks like if we...
Looks like we made it here just in time, Commander.
Go this way.
Confirm. Friendly's on approach. Good to have you saddled up and on our side, Commander. My people are tired and scared of what's coming for us. Let's do our best to keep them away from the complex and put an end to these attacks. It'd be much appreciated by all.
I really dislike this map. It's hard to figure out where to go because of the constant ridges and what have you that block things off.
Target acquired.
Okay.
Tango down.
So we got a locust off in the distance. Got a flyer. It might already be dead. I'm gonna focus on the mech. Oh, it's the one end variant. This isn't gonna last long. Okay. Where is the enemy? Still at 92%. In theory, they haven't been doing any more damage to the buildings. But I get the...
Looks like you got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
Can you not smash the building, buddy? We don't have vision yet. But I feel like my allies are doing more damage to the defenses than anything else. Alright, there we go. We got contacts over here this way.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
And got ourselves another locust. Another locust. The locust kind of day, huh? Well, they come in swarms.
My scope is lighting up with more targets converging on your position, Commander. Stay frosty.
All up there, huh? Hey, Blackjack, you got the long-range weapons. Get at them. There you go.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Damn locust is in there smashing buildings.
I got it.
Okay. None of my allies have really taken serious damage, which is nice to see. I haven't really taken much damage either.
Target acquired.
Oh, that's way out of my range. I don't know why I even fired at it.
Target is down.
Target destroyed.
Another guy. Where is he? Oh, it's a helicopter. Okay. Any more enemies anywhere?
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout.
Alright, we'll wait for the spawn in. They should be in by now.
Target eliminated.
Target acquired.
Okay, we got ourselves an assassin.
Contact with a guard tower.
This location wasn't built to withstand military-grade weapon fire. We need to pull them away from the buildings.
Alright, I'm just gonna go after the Jenner here.
Target destroyed.
Okay. That is a bad... I'm getting damaged here really good.
Acquired.
I'm gonna take this guy out. There we go.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
For the big explosion. Nice kill, Commander.
He just disintegrated.
Hostiles are escalating their assault on your position, Commander. Be careful.
The ragdolls can get pretty silly sometimes with the... Oh, hello. Well, the mechs die.
Target acquired.
Another assassin. Probably let the...
Destroyed.
Alright.
Power plant reporting structural failure. They need to shut themselves down.
Hi! Alright. Dead. Move back around.
Target acquired.
Yeah, you do have the same problem you have in
Next down.
Battletech sometimes, where you see too many of the same mechs.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Like way too many spiders, for example. Guy's kind of running circles around me.
Target destroyed.
Alright, that guy's gonna blow.
Well done, Commander. The area is secure.
Hey, we got our secondary objectives. That works for me. Feel like I have a little bit of rust to knock off. We'll go to in the swing of things. It's one of the things with like games like this, when you have it's more of a simulation. When you change up what mechs you're commanding, it can be a little disorienting because just the different weapons platforms, the different layout. Unfortunately, we had no real salvage shares, so despite the fact that we could have potentially gotten a lot of salvage, we're just going to have to do without. In this case, we're just going to sort this by value. I'll probably take 2 LRM-10s. I mean, really, honestly, it doesn't make a difference if I take the 2 LRM-10s or the single LRM-10, but I'll go with it, whatever. That way it's a certainty that we're going to sell it. Alright, not necessarily a high-paying job, but hey, it passes the time, it gets us that Phoenix Hawk back. And, we can repair most of that damage with no problem, so... Okay. Let's go to the market and sell what we need to sell. Which is going to be a couple LRM-10s for 100,000. Oh, as a matter of fact, we have 4 of these things to sell, so 200,000. Anything else I've overlooked? I'm just looking at it very casually. Yeah, it's fine for now. Okay. The Phoenix Hawk is now back. Let me just do the simple repairs here. This should not... well, 13 days, that's actually somewhat surprising, but it is what it is. Very expensive in this location to repair, I guess. But it's fine, we'll be done. I probably lost a little bit of money on those repairs, all things considered, but let's just move on. The whole game plan is to try and get down over here. So we're gonna come over here. Well, and that's the thing too. Spiders are supposed to be relatively rare mechs. Locusts, on the other hand, are supposed to be super common, so it's not that surprising you see a lot of those. But the problem is, like a lot of the other light mechs that are supposed to be more common, they're not going to be in the game. They probably never will be. Like another light mech that would be really, really common would be like Stingers and Wasps and Valkyries and things like that. But those are probably never going to be in the game. For the reasons we talked about earlier, they are very similar to Macross design, so much so that I think it's going to be kind of hard to justify. I don't know. It's one of those things, though. I never expected to see the Mauler. I'm sorry, not the Mauler, the Marauder. So, I guess, maybe. Okay, so defense contract for the House Davian. Yeah, Flea has been re-seen. Okay, so I definitely want more salvage because I think salvaging mechs makes sense. We've got a grand total of 10 points to spend here, so I put 5 in salvage shares, so we get 12 points there. And then we'll put 1 into damage coverage and 4 in the money, so we're up to 826,000 plus the base payout, which is going to give us a total potential payout of 944,680, and then 12 shares, and then the normal damage coverage of 1. Yeah, commandos should be more common. That's true. There's definitely light mechs that you should be seeing more often, but you barely ever see. It's almost always spiders and just Logos. So in other words, they need to design new mechs with similar capabilities. Well, they kind of have done that, but I'm just saying in the lore, spiders are supposed to be super rare. As are a number of mechs, really, but like that's one thing that's so funny. Is the original mechs, those are the common ones, the ones that are unseen or re-seen, like the ones that are harder to get a hold of because of the problems. They're actually the most common ones. The things that they put in place to kind of replace them, those are lore-wise more rare mechs because the factory that originally built them was blown up or what have you. Any case, let me go ahead and accept this contract. So we will be putting the Phoenix Hawk back in the lineup. But this is one of the mechs that I really need to replace with something that has just more well-rounded abilities. Okay, let's go ahead and ready up. I'm just telling you, in this mission, we can guarantee to see a spider. When there's not locusts, there's always going to be a spider. I think I have not been in a fight with mechs that hasn't had a spider in it. So I'd be very surprised if we don't see a spider. Also, there's a lot of assassins. That's supposed to be a rare mech. So the fact that in that last fight we had however many assassins we encountered, it's just one of those things. But it's the same complaint you have with BattleTech. It's like mechs that it like doesn't really make sense that they're kind of rare. They show up all the time, and then mechs are it's just one of those things.
Command reports a local checkpoint has incoming hostiles on approach and inadequate forces to deal with incoming armor and mechs. Make contact with the on-site CO and prepare for incoming hostiles.
I'm not overly worried about the lore stuff because I'd rather just have fun mechs, but having no diversity is just a problem. When the enemy is always the same type of mechs, it kind of gives you some repetition. Too much repetition.
I've got you on visual, Commander. You're a sight for sore eyes, I tell you. Everyone here can't thank you enough for helping us out. We're on our last legs, so we really appreciate the assist.
Well,
hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander. They're heading your way.
in this time period, it's kind of more iffy because a lot of the mechs that are rare for the Succession Wars stop being rare because they open up a new production line or something. So like if this was, I don't know, 3050, those mechs wouldn't be as rare because they've started up new production lines. A lot of it is time period specific.
Enemies headed our way. It's showtime.
Oh, led that one too much. There we go. The other enemies are on the other side of the facility. Let's go through this way. So we've got a light mech and a couple vehicles over here.
Whoa, check that fire.
All right. Where's that light mech? There it is. It's a locust.
Destroyed.
Okay. I expect another spawn in here.
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
Okay, I see them. They're up on top of the hill.
Target acquired.
They've got a Phoenix Hawk.
New target.
Oh, imagine that, a spider. Told you.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Ah, whiffed. You know, I'm just gonna stand here and duke it out with him. You've got no arms, buddy. Oh. I was not hitting there at all.
Hostile mech
All right.
down.
Target acquired.
Go get that.
Target destroyed.
All right. I also would like to see more open maps with this game. I feel like a lot of the maps are... You gotta like
Recon reports additional forces entering the
a lot of crap in the
area,
way
Commander.
usually.
Be on the lookout for them.
Target acquired.
Headquarters taking heavy fire. We need help.
What do you think I'm doing, buddy?
Kill confirmed.
Cut it out with that flamer crap.
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
All right.
Acquired.
Reactor failure detected. Look out. Yeah.
All right. So I saw enemy down this way.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Okay. Cicada.
Amazing.
Oh, I thought his leg was out, but then it started.
Going critical.
Oh crap! Kadars, back out! Back out! Oh, my arm's almost down. This is bad. I need to get away from these guys. Ah, I lost my arm. God damn it. I was trying to prevent that. But I couldn't get away from him. I should have just stuck with it rather than panicking. Oh, I took a lot of damage in this mission.
Target acquired.
Congratulations, Commander.
That one hurt.
These people owe their lives to you.
Alright. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have, rather than panicking when I saw the Kantara, I should have just stuck it out and fought him. Instead of trying to run. Oh well. We leveled up. Okay, so sadly, I cannot salvage either of the medium mechs because I don't have enough shares. We'll salvage the Javelin though. I mean, we could always sell it and get money. Probably gonna need it. SRM6 quality 2, I'm definitely gonna take. Let's see what else we can get here. Looks like that's probably about it. So I'll take the AC5. We have quite a few of these at this point, but I don't see a reason why not to take it. And then we just need one more thing, so we'll take that. So almost 3 million in salvage, and then we're getting total payout of 1 million. I took a ton of damage though. I dealt a lot of damage, but I took a lot of damage. And that doesn't mean that we are missing out on a medium laser that I can't replace. Well, I can replace it, but not with the same quality. So, unfortunate. Okay. Over here. I'm just going to sell that Javelin immediately. I don't see any point in doing otherwise, so... we'll go to inventory. Yeah, it's that one. I don't care about the 2 SRM6s. I have a couple of those, so sell it. Okay. We're doing really well from a money standpoint. I'm not overly concerned. Alright, these should be more simple repairs. As my allies really didn't help me very much. Phoenix Hawk, how you doing? So I didn't really lose any systems or get any damage, so just longer repair, I guess. Alright. The question is, do we do this repair here? And I think yes, because it's too far away to do... You go to industrial zone. There's no industrial zone nearby. So I'm going to eat a lot of... I mean, we could jump all the way over here, but that's a 27-day trip with multiple jumps. I don't like the idea. Let's go in here, though, and see if we can get that Oh, okay. So I might have to jump to that location to get the transmission. I still think we go for it. Unless... We could jump here. At least we get rid of the modifier. I'm going to do that. It's going to take 13 days. That takes 13 days too, though. Eh. Well, either way we look at it, we're not getting that Shadowhawk back anytime soon. If I do the repair here, 60% longer, so it would just knock us out for longer. I don't like that idea. I mean, maybe the difference is going to be exactly how much time we spend. That's whatever. Let's just jump and we'll deal with it. I've never actually jumped to a non-industrial zone or non-conflict zone, so I'm curious what we're going to find here. This is kind of for science. Although I guess if we were going to do that, we shouldn't have done any repairs. Oh well. Done is done now. Okay. Is there a market? Okay, so there's no market whatsoever in these locations. All right, now that we know. The important thing. You can't do repairs? That's news to me. So you can only do repairs at an industrial zone or a conflict zone, but you cannot do them. That is weird. I did not expect that. All right, well, now we know. Oh, actually, yeah, let's just, I guess we jump to this location because we can't do repairs here. So Shadowhawk is just going to be out for the meantime. Yeah, reputation is 6, so we're up to 7. All right, let's travel here. We'll see what the, actually, do we have the message yet? Still do not have that message, so it looks like I do have to jump into the system to get it. That's a bummer. So I might end up sitting on this Shadowhawk. Because So it was not only a... it is what it is. We now know that that's how that works. Okay. This is our thing. Okay, Avalon Shipping. On behalf of Avalon Shipping, we are requesting the services of a daring band of mercenaries. We deal in shipping and transportation of goods and materials across one of the largest logistics networks within House Davian territory. Unfortunately, this leads us to unwanted attention of criminal syndicates and even pirates. We are moving in an exceptionally large shipment across this particularly troubled area and require aid to ensure that we do not fall victim to larceny. We will leak false information that our convoys are passing through a pair of star systems. In reality, we will take a completely different jump ship route. We want you to lie in wait in these two decoy systems, where you will draw away the pirates' attention and cause as much damage as you can. If there are bounties on these pirates, they will be yours to claim. Okay, so we get two LRM-5s, 2 machine guns, and 10 single heat sinks, as well as a lot of money and reputation. We will accept. Let me go ahead and take a look at this. So I think we have the contract already in the system. We do indeed. It is a war zone contract. All right. How bad is the repair rate here? I might not. It still is bad. 35% extra cost, 60% time. So the question is, do we do these contracts? Maybe do the one in Barstow and then come over to one of these places? Probably Amiga, because it gets us closer. Okay. I mean, I have backup mechs. I think I'm going to go with that. So let's take a look at the contract. No, that is a very high difficulty mission with 230 tons drop weight. We can wait. If it's going to be like that, we can wait. So let's go here first, because we're probably going to be jumping back to that location. We could go to Bristol and do a contract there for a little bit of money, but we're not really hurting for money. So I don't mind. I don't mind just getting what we're here for. As I said, we're not doing bad financially. Okay. As far as I know, these contracts don't have a time limit on them. Maybe they do. We have a hero mech here, which is a blackjack. Let's just go straight to the market. Good, we have a crab. I'm buying this, without a shadow of a doubt. Although the grasshopper might be a good pickup. Because if we're looking at, what, 230 tons? A heavy mech would probably be a good idea at this stage. What's this blackjack, though? Bunch of machine guns, large pulse laser. Very expensive. Hunchback. So AC-10 instead of the AC-20, and then 4 medium lasers and a small laser. That's probably not a bad mech to pick up. But I'm leaning towards picking up the crab. For that 50-ton mech we've been kind of looking for. Mostly because I think the crab is cool looking. Crab and grasshopper is what I'm thinking about here. We could afford both without too much difficulty. We have some serious repairs to do on both. Hunchback is in much better shape. Missing an arm, but that's about it. And then some armor repairs. So the Hunchback would probably be easier to get back in action. And it's also cheaper than the crab. But I want the crab. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this guy. And then we'll probably purchase the grasshopper too. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go for. We've got the money. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Now I'll go to our battle mechs here. Alright, so I didn't really think about the math on this one. But we're getting another... I think we were at like 195, and we're getting another 15 tons here. Plus, I guess 5. Like, it depends on whether we use the Shadowhawk or not. Like, let's think about our biggest, our heaviest lineup. It might be easier if I do some sorting here, so put that like that, that there, that there, that there, that. Why was that commando over there? I feel like maybe it resorts things. Then again, maybe it doesn't. I don't really. So 35 ton, 35 ton. I'm trying to put this in order of their tonnage. Even though these two are the same tonnage. So that should be an order of tonnage now. So if we did as heavy as we could, we've got 100, 155, we'd be at 225. So we'd just be under that limit. Now the question is, do we even want to go with that? Because there is an element of versatility. Are we filling all the roles that we could be? Well, in any case, the crab, we'll go ahead and repair first. Because I think this one would be... Like, the crab and the grasshopper are going to be fairly easy. If I were to do this, I'd probably run the grasshopper myself. So what modifications would we want to make? I don't know if I want to stick on with the LRM-5. I'd have to think about it, but let's take a look at it. This is probably going to take some time. Okay, so everything in here needs replaced. That's fairly simple. I'm going to keep this thing close to stock, probably, because it's not a bad mech. Firepower is a little lacking, but it's a very survivable mech. Does it let you do this? Well, we could at least match it up before we delete. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 heat sinks. We have ourselves a medium laser. Looks like quality 1 might be as good as it gets for right now. I mean, I have higher quality lasers than other mechs, but we could also look at the market. This is one of the things where I wish they did what they did with BattleTech, where you could look at the market while you were doing things, because you might not know what you want until you look at it, but I should look at it anyway. So let's look into the equipment. Starting with energy weapons, is there anything here we could pick up? Yeah, we've got a quality level 2 laser, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Like 2 flamer, not too interested in. LRM-10s. We have so many LRM-10s at this point. Some of them high quality. I'm not going to do anything with that. Ballistic weapons. No, not really. Okay. That's fine. Anything in here jumping out as being awesome? Okay, good. Go back to the line here. So starting off with the... Where did I put... Didn't I have like a level 3 large laser? Where did I end up putting that? Did I put it anywhere? The Phoenix Hawk, probably? Oh, it's a level 4 large laser. That needs stripped. The big problem we have is we have to wait for that kind of crap. So let's do all of the build that, as we would with the Grasshopper. Just ignoring the large laser, because we're not going to probably replace that. The Grasshopper is going to be a higher priority than the Phoenix Hawk. I mean, honestly, I would want to strip out pretty much everything that's in this Phoenix Hawk and probably install it elsewhere. I just don't know where those things would be installed. And it just, like, the amount of time we'd have to waste for that kind of nonsense, it just is what it is. Sometimes it's just easier to keep the systems in a particular mech rather than mess with it too much. Alright, let's just focus on it, and we could always get better systems in there later. Okay, so as we were looking at here, we got 4 heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And LRM ammo, 1. Okay. 5, and then the medium laser. I guess we'll put the high quality one in here. higher quality one. If we're going to be replacing something anyway. Okay, so... Boop. It's level 1. We might replace that later. Okay, single heatsink. Okay, so this is the default loadout at the moment. What could we do with this thing? Well, I could change this into an SRM-4. At least I think I could. Yeah, I could. Quality 2 SRM-4. And then... we definitely would get increased firepower. We'd throw away some long-range punch, but LRM-5s really don't do a whole lot. So I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna go with that. So you're gonna go. You're gonna go. And then we need the ammo. Like so. So we're looking at... I mean, for right now, this is probably going to be solid. So repair all. We're looking at 34 days and 125,000 in cost. Range goes down, but otherwise pretty good. Oh, good point, Leo. No point in the jump jets. Yes, for reminding me. We get 4 tons back from that. Yeah, I think I'm just want to do solo for this, for the meantime. So armor-wise, we're already maxed out on the torso sections, not in the legs. So there's not really a lot of room for that. Oh, I guess I'll max out the legs. So that's half a ton. And maybe in theory we get the other half a ton in the head. It looks like we're gonna have some waste tonnage. I can't do anything heavier than what I have from a firepower standpoint, so I guess just more the heat sinks. Are we out of heat sinks? Seriously? Okay, apparently I need to buy heat sinks. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I have to undo all these changes now to go to the store to buy myself more heat sinks. God damn it. All right, that's what we're going to have to do. So equipment. I guess we'll buy as many as are here. 5. Okay. Edit loadout. So... go ahead and replace all that. So there was 4 heat sinks, I remember that much. Get this going. Oops. Okay. Need... open. 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna strip these. Let's say we do one more. Ammo. There. I'm gonna repair all. And up the armor here. I mean, honestly, this armor is kind of like a waste. Because we're only up armoring a couple things, but oh well. We can stick on one more heatsink. Oh, whoops. Empty weapon, laser. Go heatsink. I'm gonna have to make this thing asymmetric. Not really a way around it, because you can't put something in like the legs if the slot's already taken up with the jump jet things. I don't like that idea. It's kind of silly to me, but Yeah, the grasshopper does, like, maybe do well with them. No, I probably don't need this many heat sinks, but I don't know what else to put the tonnage into. If it was up to me, I'd be putting more weapon systems in there. I really think the default loadout is probably the best way to go with this. Just replacing the SRM-4. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of this armor. I think it's just kind of a waste. You're not really improving it too much. Don't remember exactly what this was at, but we're gonna figure it out. Was that like, what, 52? Right with that? Yeah, 50. Yeah, I think we use the jump jets, because I just don't feel like that you can do some things with it, and I don't think you can do enough. I mean, like, the heat sinks could help if I overheat, but this is not a hot running mech anyway, so... Oh well, we'll see how this works. 34 days. Should be fine. We can always modify it later, too, if we don't like it. I mean, we already have plans to upgrade that large laser at some point. It's gonna take time, though. Okay, now the crab. So, edit this one. Yeah, it's mostly Leo just because the jump jets, I might as well just keep them. It's kind of integral to design. So we have 2 of these guys. That's probably what we're going to put in the crab. Oop. Not really a whole lot you can do to improve the crab outside of maybe removing the small laser and giving yourself a half-ton more armor. I mean, that would be really the only thing that I could think of to do. And in this game, the small laser is still, you know, something that you can do. Now, probably want to upgrade the medium laser at some point. Do I have a higher laser? Oh, I do have a higher quality small laser. All right, we'll swap those two. Does it let me do it like that? No, of course it does. So we're only increasing the damage output a little tiny bit. We are going to improve the heat efficiency slightly as well, because the higher quality large lasers do not generate as much heat. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're also improving the range. The crab is kind of going to be a long range. I mean, it can handle any range, but it'll give us a long range fire support that we're much needing. It doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but it's going to be better, I think, than the Phoenix Hawk has been and what have you. So, at least in the hands of our allies. So this is 26 days of work. Okay. Then, finally, the Shadowhawk, which we have put off the repairs of. So, I guess that quality 2 medium laser could have gone here instead, but oh well. Then repair all. So... that's 17 days. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. Alright, that's our work. Oh. I should have set up the weapon groups, but we can do that later. Okay. We also have to paint the mechs, but again, we can do that later. So that was a long time for some of those repairs. Let's see more specifically. So we're looking at 26 days, 17 days. Why would we do a contract in the interim? So as long as it takes us 17 days to get somewhere, I'm fine with that. It takes 13 to get to there. But we could go up to here, do a contract here, hopefully not taking a lot of damage. Then go to Barstow. Alternatively, although we are running very low on money, we come over to Amiga. We see what's all here in the marketplace. We buy some more weapons. Maybe we can get some upgrades. Then we look to do something in like Bristol or somewhere else. That way we'd be wasting a little bit of time. And money, honestly, but Give us the ability to get these mechs up and running, and maybe we can get some good weapons. We don't have as much money as we once did, but we're not too bad off. Still have over 4 million, I think. Okay, not quite 4 million, because there was a lot of repairs we had to do. Okay, so we got some rare weapons. I may not be able to afford them, but we'll take a look. Ooh, we got a quick draw here. Very heavily damaged, and we can't afford it anyway, but that might be a mech we'd want to pick up. Ooh, there's a Thunderbolt! It's in really good condition, too. This is the variant I like. Oh boy. I feel like we have to buy the Thunderbolt. Alright, well anyway, let's take a look at the equipment here. Nothing in that. Nothing here. High quality LRM-15s. Now I have to sell stuff if I am going to be able to do some of this. I'm going to have to pass on these LRM-20s. They're too expensive. I will pick up the LRM-15. Reason being, the Thunderbolt we were just about to buy, could probably use it. Looking at what I already have. Alright, we could sell a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know how many SRM2s I'm going to be using. So I'll sell a couple of these. Not very expensive, though, so nothing gives me so much money. Energy weapons. I still have a bunch of these. Let's sell some of these. I'll sell, let's say, 6. Okay. I might have to sell a mech, too. But we have to make room for a mech anyway, so... What are we gonna sell? Probably the Commando at this stage. I don't think the Commando is gonna keep getting used. We'd lose a couple SRM4s and medium laser, but I feel like we can afford to lose those things. So we'll get a little over 1 million for that. Okay, so we're up to 5 million. And we have made a hole in our lineup. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the Thunderbolt. I think that's a very good pickup for us. Thunderbolts are amazing mechs, and I definitely like this variant for sure. Kind of wish we had run into this rather than the Grasshopper, because I would probably have taken a Grasshopper, the Thunderbolt over the Grasshopper, but we will have both then. So this is going to cost us almost 4 million. But I think it will work out in our favor. Especially as this is a fairly easy mech to upgrade as well. While we're on the subject of doing some things, I am definitely going to strip out the large laser here. And we will eventually probably upgrade either we'll upgrade either the Thunderbolt or the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper probably makes more sense because it needs a weapon like that a little bit more. Because it's so much dependent on those energy weapons. And here, I'm just going to downgrade the Phoenix Hawk entirely, because we do need these higher quality weapons and better mechs at this point. Yeah, the Grasshopper is a very survivable mech, so it might be perfect in our hands because we tend to take the brunt of the enemy attacks. Although the Thunderbolt is no slouch in that regard either. Okay, so that's all that. Let's go to the Thunderbolt now. Now, we won't have advantage of some of those weapon systems, but let's go ahead and edit the loadout now. So the main thing we can upgrade really easily is this LRM. Let's just go to detailed. The LRM-15. Now, I highly recommend not having this many ammunition-bound weapons. It's generally a pretty bad idea. Let's just go ahead and do the repair all. Now, as I'm seeing with the Thunderbolt, very similar to the Grasshopper, it's already pretty much maxed out on armor. So outside of putting more armor in the head, there's not really a whole lot we can do. I see a couple points here, a couple points there, a couple points there. But in the grand scheme of things, that might only give us a half a ton, perhaps. But anyway, the recommendation I have whenever you're doing pretty much any of the Battletech bound games that are in that universe, having a lot of ammunition, different ammunition-fed weapons is generally a bad idea. You do not want to have 1, 2, 3 different types of ammunition. That's too much. So make it simpler. I'm going to keep the LRM-15 without a shadow of a doubt, so that makes one of our choices somewhat simpler on what we're going to keep. And in this case, we did buy that high-quality LRM-15, did we not? Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, damn it. Okay. The Thunderbolt's not going to be hard to upgrade. So let's go to equipment, market, missiles. So I'm going to buy this. I've never actually used one of these ST variants, but I still figure the quality 3 is going to be better than the quality 1. So let's go to the yeah, back to the upgrade. Yeah, that's the other reason why you don't have a bunch of different ammo types is the ammo explosions. So in this case, yeah, we need to get rid of one of these things. So the LRM-15 we can upgrade really nicely. So that's going to stay. So SRM-2, I mean, SRM-2 is just not that great of a system. I mean, if I'm totally honest with you. So you could always upgrade it to an SRM-4 or something. We could also get rid of the machine guns if we wanted to get a little bit more tonnage back as well, because you get 2 tons back from that. For right now, we're going to remove the SRM-2 and the ammo. That gives us 2 tons right there. Let's do the repair all that we know we're going to need to do. We don't lose a lot of damage output from that. Now, we do know we're going to upgrade the large laser later, so that's fine. I don't think we have... One thing I could do is I could put an AC-2 in here. I don't know if I have the tonnage for that, though. Because we'd only have 4 tons to spare if I remove the machine guns. And that would be 7 tons to put in. So that's not going to happen, probably. I guess a couple heat sinks wouldn't hurt. And we do have a lot of energy weapons. And Thunderbolts do struggle with heat. So yeah, I think just removing the one system is what I'm going to do for now. I'll think about the machine guns, but for right now, I'll keep them. But there is an argument to be said for removing the machine guns as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get a couple heat sinks here. Just to make us more heat efficient. I'm going to put one over here just to give me something maybe to soak a crit. It's probably not a bad idea, getting an SRM-4 over the machine guns. Well, how complicated is the weapon group going to be? Because if the weapon groups are really complicated, then that kind of makes my decision for me. Because that's another thing that I like to consider whenever I'm doing a mech build in this game, and MechWarrior 5, is the more weapon systems you have, the more complicated your weapon groups get. So that's another argument with removing a lot of weapon systems. Although replacing the machine guns with a different weapon type doesn't necessarily alleviate my problem in that regard, because it'd still be 4 weapon groups. I think I'm going to stick with this for now, although there's definitely an argument to be had that the SRM-4 would be more effective. Okay, I think that's how I'm going to do it. But I have more room here. I'm probably going to upgrade the... Well, again, I think the Grasshopper should probably take that. We do have some medium lasers we could replace. There's room for improvement in this, mostly in quality of equipment. I think that's going to be the replacements for right now. So we lose a little teeny bit of damage, but we're better on a heat efficiency standpoint, both from the fact that we generate less heat, but also we can sink more heat, and otherwise less ammo to worry about. Okay.